Hey everybody, it's Wisp. I wanted to talk today about these personal skills that have been revealed for Fire Emblem Engage. It's been a little bit. This came out with the previews that some gaming journalists were able to do, but still I was really excited to share them because personal skills are really fun. They give you a little bit more insight on a character's personality, but also they make each Fire Emblem game a little bit personal. So, without any more digging, let's get in. For Aleer or the Divine Dragon, your personal skill is Divinely Inspiring. Adjacent allies deal 3 damage and take 1 less damage, which I believe is actually based off of Camilla's personal skill, so that's interesting. It's become the main character skill. It's a pretty good skill. I mean, it's standard. They try to... It's a pretty good skill. Pretty standard. They do try to make the main character's skill the strongest. Alright. Next up we have Self-Improver. So, I know I repeated myself back there. I just completely forgot what I was saying, so sorry about that. So Self-Improver for Alfred. If unit uses weight without attacking, or using any items, grants strength +2 for 1 turn. So it's a defensive ability. It only works during defense phase. That's not my favorite system, but it's not bad. Especially if he is cavalry, you might want to throw him right up into the middle of things, so it makes sense. Yunaka. While unit occupies terrain that provides a void bonus, grants crit +15. If she's already a covert unit, or at least Thief is a covert class. Maybe it's not unit based after all, like I was saying earlier. But Thief is a covert class, so that doubles terrain bonuses. So she can get a void plus like 60, and then get trained to kill, which is 15% extra crit chances. That's really good. So she's gonna be a lot of fun, especially. I mean, the Thief character is always a bit crit heavy. Alright, Louis. Admiration. If 2 female allies are adjacent within 2 spaces, this unit takes 2 less damage during combat. That is a skill. That's something. I don't know how to feel about it. Because, I mean, he's just admiring people. He's not doing anything. We know he's a people watcher. But it is inspiring his combat, so he might be the flirtatious character. I would think this would be a skill for Amber or something. But here it is on this boy. Maybe not as good a boy as we thought. Maybe he is. Maybe he's completely just respectfully from a distance admiring people. Alchrist. Get behind me. When an ally within 2 spaces is attacked, grant strength +3 to unit for 1 turn. He's from the Kingdom of Strength, so that's cool. He's the more shy one, the more diplomatic one, and he has a bow, so the bowman telling you to get behind him is kind of funny, but the 3 strength increase is pretty huge. I am a little bit confused. It doesn't feel like it fits in, but once we know him, I'm sure it will. He might be so willing to throw himself into the line of fire for his friends that he comes off as, like, super shy, but he's actually powerful or something. That could be interesting. And Generosity. When this unit uses a healing item, the adjacent allies also recover the same amount of HP. That's really good, because you can surround her with 4 people, and heal 4 people using 1 vulnerary. That's only going to be good. Alright, Lapis. If there's an ally unit within 1 space, grants hit/avoid +10 at the cost of crit -10 to unit. So, you put these 3 together. Citrine is in the back, using magic and items. Over here, we've got Lapis sharing spoils, and if she gets hit, Alchrist gets a strength bonus. One thing about this game is it does seem like they're strategically making the personal skills fit for the retainers, which in one way is good, because it's like, well, they're your retainers. They fit, you fight together. But another way, it's a little bit, unexciting to me. Especially because I think we know all, or at least most, of the recruitable characters already. So if all of their skills are so perfectly tailored to the group they start with, it's like, everyone's a noble or a retainer for the most part. You get them at the same time. They all join together, usually. And their personal skills are already who they're supposed to be with. So, like, I don't have to look at the game and plan like, oh, these 2 are going to be so good together, because it's just, well, if they're Lord and Retainer, they're good together. It takes away a lot of that planning and personal element to me. And I'm sure there will be some, like, secret things that when we're playing, we're like, wait, these skills work amazing together. Or this character is recommended for this class, but this class skill is actually so much better for them. Like, I'm sure it will happen. But for the most part, it seems like they're just kind of shoehorning the teams they want a little too heavily for me. Jean. This is not a character that we actually got officially revealed. So far, what we've got revealed is 2 nobles, 4 retainers and 1 special person for each continent or each country, with the exception of Firenze. Firenze doesn't have its extra person, so I'm guessing Jean is like a villager type class from there. Maybe starts off in like a villager class, or he gets like leveled up fast, but grants unit enhanced stacked growths when leveling up, which is Donald's skill, it's aptitude, it's what the villager gets. So Jean is very much, I think, the villager-esque person, even if his class doesn't say it. However, if you give him Tiki's ring, she has expertise. She already does that. So he'll be doing it twice, which is incredible. Like, his stats could probably be through the roof. Some people say, well, it's not that much because it's only like an extra, like, 20%. But still, I mean, that can add up. Fire Emblem is kind of a game where a small stat increase, having 2 extra strength, can be the difference between life and death. So having a double expertise and amplitude from Tiki could really break this guy. I'm on my first run not using the DLC rings because I think that, for me, I played so much Fire Emblem that, like, I want it to be kind of hard. And DLC doesn't necessarily make things easy. It's so many extra things. I want to experience the game at its base value as is. And the DLC is a little bit too, like, out of that scope for me. But I can definitely say I'm going to do a stream eventually where I have Tiki on Jean, and we're going to see how crazy his stats get. Chloe and, Chloe. Celica doesn't matter for this. Fairy Cell Folk. If a male and a female ally are adjacent within 2 spaces, unit deals +2 damage during combat. So, she, Louis, and Celine are a team. So, male and female, Louis and Celine, are within 2 spaces. And then Louis also gets the 2 female ally thing, because they're both women. So, they activate each other just by being together. Anna. May trigger, triggers by a luck percent chance of obtaining 500 gold when the unit defeats a foe. Make a killing. That's how you farm money. Throw Anna in there and just hope she fights. Give her all the luck boosting items if you're really desperate. Hero class, I think, usually gets boosted luck, so if we can get her to a hero class, that might be really good. And we can. Axe leads into hero pretty well, I think. Alright, 80, energized. And she works with Alfred. When unit recovers HP using an item, grants strength +2 for 1 turn. I wonder if she has to use the item, or if Citrine can use the item, heal her, and then 80 gets the strength +2 and can then attack. That would be a cool combo. But that's theory. Alright. Gentle Flower is on Celine. Recovery items used by allies within 2 spaces heal +50%. So she makes her friends heal a little bit more. That's just useful anywhere. Actually, that's a really good thing with Citrine. So there are some combos. I spoke a little bit too soon, because her and Citrine could be really good. Boucheron moved to tears? Are you kidding me? Real quick, I do have to say, I already complained in the Celine bio video that she seems cool, but they're probably going to shoehorn her into the nice... They're probably going to shoehorn her into the nice, sweet, innocent lord type role. Boucheron, though, I said a lot about how I think his personality is going to be a lot of fun. Now he's moved to tears. When an ally joins a chain attack in this unit's combat, the unit deals +2 damage. He literally is just such a sensitive dude. This guy's top tier X, bro. I'm using him. I don't even care if he like has really bad growths or bad stats or what. Like, he's gonna be on my final team. He's gonna save the world with me. Alright, Vander, Alabaster Duty. If a unit is adjacent to the Divine Dragon, grants crit +5 during combat to both of them. So 3 extra damage and 5% crit chance, just for being adjacent. Crimson Cheer, one of your other retainers. If unit is adjacent to the Divine Dragon, grants a void +10 during combat to both of them. So you want to be by your friends. Verdant Faith. Verdant Winds just happened, and now they're already going back to it. Wait a minute. They literally did. What color is Alabaster? It's a mineral, but like, is it a color too? It's white. We're getting Silver Snow, Crimson Flower, and Verdant Winds. I mean, rest in peace, Blue, Azure Gleam. Azure Gleam is the 3 hopes. Wow, why can't I not think of it? Azure Moon, the one I actually play all the time. That's my story. That's the one I like. Anyway, rest in peace. If unit is adjacent to the Divine Dragon, grants hit plus 10 during combat to both of them. So hit, avoid, and crit can all go up with these guys, plus the damage you're dealing. Diamant, Fair Fight. If unit initiates combat, grants hit plus 15 to unit and foe if foe can counterattack. So he wants to have a fair fight. I want to throw like Vantage, or like something like Vengeance, like those kinds of things on him, because he looks like he's the kind of guy that can take a hit and then hit back harder. Amber. If no other units are within one space to unit or foe, grants hit plus 20 at the cost of avoid minus 10. So both of these guys want to be able to take a beating. That's actually really interesting. Where's Jade? We've got Ivy. Single-minded. During combat with a foe who was also unit's most recent opponent, grants hit plus 20. So she can kind of go back in, which makes sense because Wing Tamer. I don't know if she's going to be a very heavy-hitting class. 12 strength, 12 magic, but how far in the game is that? Kagetsu, Blinding Flash. If unit initiates combat, inflicts avoid minus 10 on foe. Okay, that's cool. It basically gives him hit plus 10, but since he already has high hit, it can't go over 100, so like they're gonna lower the... Okay, I think I understand that. Not quite. The quotes. If foe initiates combat, inflicts hit minus 10 on that foe during combat. Okay. So he is a thief type. He's covert. Okay. Hortensia. It says and a gnome, but that's clearly Lucina. Why are you saying unknown? Like, I can't tell who's with you. But that's clearly Lucina. Anyway. Big personality. When unit uses a healing staff, grants range plus 1. Awesome. That's just a good skill. And then she wants to be behind her friends because she's the mage, and her friends, Goldberry. If foe is male, inflicts hit minus 20 on that foe during combat with a disarming sigh. Rosato has the stunning smile. If foe is male, inflicts avoid minus 20 on that foe during combat, so hit and avoid. And then she's behind, Hortensia's behind, healing her friends. Lumiere. Okay, so this isn't a personal skill, but Unbreakable prevents unit from being broken. That's a boss if you're on like Lunatic mode. You can't break the enemies, which is actually traditional Fire Emblem. You can't break them, but this kind of takes away part of the point of the weapon triangle of this game. The other one is Veteran Plus, prevents unit from being broken and negates damage from effectiveness. That's good. Alright, oh, and they included one little tidbit for us too, that if you're on Maddening, I say Lunatic, that's the old name, Maddening, is what it's called since Three Houses and probably onward. But if you're on Maddening, you get 10 charges of Divine Pulse, Miller's Turn Wheel, I don't know what it's called this time, but the rewind capability. And I don't know how I'm going to use it. I'll play the game first, but if the game was designed with it in mind, it might be hard enough that it makes sense. But for me, I don't know if I want to use that feature or if that'll take away from my Iron Man runs. If it's not an Iron Man run, I'll do whatever I want. But for those specific ones, I don't know if that takes away from it to me or what I want to do about it. Anyway, it's something to think about, right? But those are some cool skills. I was a little harsh on them at the beginning about them being too retainer focused. I mean, the unit-wise, it still kind of is like almost everyone's noble or related to a noble. But the skills do kind of mix and match a little better than I gave them credit for, so that's all I've got for you today. But thank you for tuning in, and game's coming out really soon now. I'm incredibly excited, but that's all for now, and until next time.